friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a really quick flip through of my finished October daily-ish, not quite daily album for 2023. I say not daily because I don't work on the album daily. I don't do daily pages. I play in this album whenever I feel like it, for however long that is. And this year I think I ended up with about 25-ish pages. So, I mean, that's not bad going. I really loved this album. I loved how my cover turned out. She's chunky, you can see here. It's a life crafted album, and I mean, I don't think I could fit much more in here. So I feel like it's definitely full, it's definitely finished. Let's just have a look on through. Most of these pages either have a process video here on YouTube or over on my Patreon page. I have done a little bit of playing on my own, but generally if I wasn't doing a process video, then I was either filming a vlog or working on it live with my Patreon pals. So some of these pages you will have seen already, such as my title page here. And if you haven't seen those pages, you've missed them when they've been posted this last month, October. I will leave the playlist down below for you that has all of my October daily videos historically, so more than just this year. I really loved this kitty acetate from Pixma. So cute. I was hoping to get it in the album somewhere else as well, but that didn't quite happen. And I love how that looks on top of this kind of ombre orange page. I loved this page so much that I didn't really do anything else to it. I just left it as it is. On the back of the title page, there was like a little bit of kind of see-throughness from the doily and whatnot on the other side. So I just added a sticker and kind of made it like it was supposed to be there. These two pages were both on YouTube here as well. And so they were kind of a fun little introduction to my album. The other thing with not doing these pages daily is I did tend to kind of shuffle them to fit them like where they best suited the album rather than chronologically. So these ones were towards the front. I like how they looked together, so I never ended up splitting them apart. But these two pages were the ones I did first, and so they are not first in my album, but they work nicely together as well. This is my reading challenge, and it occurs to me now that I have to fill it in. It's not completely full. I did complete my challenge. I read 1,000 pages. I read almost every day of October. I think I missed about 5 days. So I haven't been doing a lot of reading this year. This was the whole point of this challenge, and it definitely did kickstart that. I did read some fun books, which you'll see as we get through the album. This page here was also on YouTube. I think it might be my favorite page in the whole book. I love the color. It's so vibrant. The camera doesn't even really do it justice. It's so vibrant in real life. It's just so pretty. And I was definitely drawn more towards purples this year rather than oranges. There's a lot of orange around, you can see. I've just finished up my album this morning, so still have yet to clean up the craftermath. But the purple was just so pretty. This tag was more of kind of just a filler, arty kind of piece that I did before October even really started, right at the beginning. Just playing with some of the new supplies that I had on hand. And I just kind of feel like they work really nicely together. There's not a lot of purple in here, but just enough kind of little peaky pops that it kind of works with the very purple page. The neutral kind of tones this down a little bit and stops it being overwhelming. On the back, I did a really simple page that kind of coordinates with this one here. This one was also very simple because I used a full page photo. I did jump on the thrifted ghost painting trend this year, and I really loved it. I didn't think I was going to be able to find the right painting, or certainly find the right painting that I wasn't going to pay $100 for, because I was definitely not going to pay $100 to paint acrylic ghosts on top of it. But I got this one at a thrift store for about $15, I think. and it was perfect. And I have so much fun painting the little ghosts on it, which is this one here. And it's been hanging in my hallway all month, and I love it. I'm kind of a little bit sad to have to take it down. But it does mean next year, I guess, I'll get the fun of putting it back up again. So I printed a full page photo for this one. I printed it on matte paper though, rather than glossy, so that I could do some stamping on it. I did a little bit of stamp layering, I guess, with some Heidi Swap alpha stamps and some of the October stamps, and then I just ran it through the typewriter as well. On the back of that was a page I started on my live scream, that is, with my Patreons. I couldn't get my sewing machine out though, so I finished that off this morning. That was one of the things I was finishing. Every year I kind of tend to do like a movie or like what I'm watching page, and they're usually very similar. I did it a little bit differently this time in that I've made like little individual tags for each movie that I've watched. Oops, so the pockets are pretty full because I did end up watching more than I kind of thought I would. I got quite a late start on it and then made up for lost time, it seems. So there are all sorts of little tags in here. Some are simple, some are layered, some are just ephemera pieces, and they all tuck into the pockets to keep all of my movie watching in one place. Oops, I have to be careful the way I put them back in. All of this was inspired by some happy mail that I got sent from Alice. I've got it around here somewhere under the piles. Here it is here. This is what Alice sent me. And I could have just used Alice's, but I decided I wanted to keep that for myself. And I would just recreate it in my album. So like I was saying, I read 3 books in October, and each of them I did this little 3x8 book review card. That was just a printable that I made for myself. The first book I read was Masters of Death, and I'm indifferent. It wasn't a great start to a reading challenge. I didn't really enjoy it. I did read all of it. But if I wasn't doing a challenge, I probably wouldn't have, if I'm honest. So that was a bit disappointing. The other 2 got better from there. I'll preface that. I did a tiny little layout on the back of that just with my favorite candy this month, which were these kind of like Chupa Chup strawberry and lime lollipops. Obsessed with them. We've eaten so many bags of them. Shane and I both, actually. Hey Pumpkin, this was, I was a bit desperate for some pink after all of this orange and black, and I needed some pink, so I used some Heidi Swap pumpkin stamps to build this like vertical line of jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins. Purely because my little pumpkin Pearl, she decided to be a ghost kitty in behind the curtains, so it was pretty cute, and it had to go in the album. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of cat pages in here. They're just Halloween themed, what can I say? That was a warning, because now we've got a cat heavy spread here. I introduced the kittens to the magic of bubbles this month, and they are obsessed with them. They can hear me getting the bubble wands out, and they love to come and pop as many as possible. So that's super cute. And I really just wanted to like replicate the look of bubbles on this page. So everything was kind of circular shaped. I didn't print my photo kind of at the right size though, so none of my metal dies fit it to give me the white circle around the outside, so I did have to fussy cut that by hand, so it's a little bit wonky, but I guess if you're going to get away with wonky at any point in time, it's during Halloween. This was a really fun little pocket page I put together purely because I wanted to use some of the gifts that I'd been given in October. Belinda sent me the most amazing Halloween package, including a whole bunch actually of different kind of sequin mixes. This one was so cute. I had to use it for Pearl with little fish bones in there. And Alice sent me the Catherine Pooler, is it Happy Meowloween? The cat set, and I had to create this little repeat pattern for another photo of Pearl being cute. You're freaking me out. I'm in love with, I can't get enough puns. So this was the perfect stamp set and a very quick and easy page to put together. Then on the back, one of the other things that I have been obsessed with in October is the pumpkin pie butter from Fix and Fog. It's been like breakfast just about every morning. Delicious. So of course I had to make this one as pumpkin-y as possible, and I used the Mischief and Mayhem kit from Citrus Twist for that one because pumpkins. More pumpkins on this side. Another gift this October, a little pumpkin mug from Alice as well. What a mug. And this one was one I finished off this morning, so I was keeping things very simple at this point in time. So I did some stamping with a Citrus Twist and then used just a little water brush and some of my oxide inks to fill that in and make it a little bit more orange. So all shades of orange there. It's probably hard to see, the pattern on here isn't polka dots. It's little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins as well. I would share all of the supplies that I've used, but most of the stuff is kind of just from my stash and isn't available anymore. And I still have plenty of stash left, unsurprisingly. So I guess anytime I add to it, and that's every year, I'm really only accumulating more because I'm definitely not using as much as I'm getting. So my stash keeps getting bigger and bigger. This was the second book that I read in October, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Loved it. Such a cozy read. A really fun, sweet story about found family and bravery and healing, and I really loved it. So I've kept these little review pages pretty simple, and they really do have the most journaling that actually goes on in this album. You would have seen this page as well, my double-sided 2x2 page protector with not all, but some of my little Halloween decor photos. That was a fun page to put together. These are still one of my favorite page protectors, the little 2x2 grid squares. They're just so easy. I think it's a really non-intimidating way of doing pocket pages because you only have to fill a little 2x2 square. You don't have to put too much in it. You can do a full photo. You can add just one or two elements. It makes life really, really simple. This is it's almost a double page spread. I guess it's 2 pages about one topic. We did a historical walking tour in October called Dynamite and Opium around our old neighborhood. And so I did this page with my patrons, but I printed out the promo pictures for the tour on some vellum, and then I stitched on top my alphas and a few little gold stars. And then underneath I had printed some Polaroids of us on the tour, and then created these little embellished tags, and the little tags flip out to hide my writing, my journaling underneath there. So that was a fun page to put together. It turned out a little bit more kind of involved than what I had intended it to do, but is also a favorite from here. This was the video I popped up last week with our little hop, our YouTube hop, using the sketch challenge from October. I love how this page turned out. It is very different to the rest of my album, but the whole album is kind of just a conglomeration of styles and colors, and I didn't restrict myself in any way this year. I didn't pick a color scheme. I didn't pick a collection. I just decided that whatever I wanted to do was what I was going to do, because I wanted the album to be fun, but I also wanted the time that I spent doing it to be enjoyable. And I didn't want to feel like I was being forced into a particular style because that's what I chose at the start of the month. And then my last page I did during our live stream on Halloween night. I love this little wobbler. This was one of those things that Belinda sent me. This was the reverse cutout from the purple page that I did here on YouTube. And all I did was fill in the back of it. I had a bit of an issue where I had cut the circle on the wrong side of the page. It would have been a right hand side page, so instead I just trimmed it off and added a border and then a few little bits and pieces down the end. This is my little Terra Willow. She got up to some terrible mischief on the 31st. So this was most appropriate to work on for her. And then I've got a couple of extra little filler pages in here because despite being in the middle of spring, we had a dumping of snow. It happens every year almost, I think. I don't know why I'm surprised. One day we had 22 degrees, that's Celsius, and the next we had 1. It was a bit of a shock, and when they said we were getting snow, I kind of laughed at it. I thought they were crazy, but we did, and the saddest part of that was that it killed all of my peonies. So I had to quickly rush out, cut off the blooms and bring them inside. I don't tend to bring them inside because it causes havoc with both of our hay fever, but there's no way I could leave these beauties outside just to rot on the footpath. And on the back of there is my review for my last book, which I only just finished in the nick of time. Stayed up far too late on Halloween night trying to finish that off, but the League of Gentlewoman Witches, I get it wrong every time. Another fun book. This was from India Holton. I read the first book last year and I've read this one this year. And I forgot what a fun kind of, a different take it is on kind of witchiness. And then at the back here, I have popped in the little cards that I got during the month from Jean and Belinda and Becky. So I've added the cards in. I didn't put them in a pocket. They're just kind of, they're in here with those little page attaches from Citrus Twist. So they definitely bulk up my album a little bit, but I for sure wanted to make sure that they stayed in the album like with the correct year. So that's it. That's my October daily album all done for another year. I had a blast. I do every year. I know Halloween and October isn't necessarily everyone's jam. It's not a huge thing here in New Zealand, but I love the excuse to kind of play and have fun and create a really special album with just the excuse to do spooky things. That's probably my favorite part of it. Hey, I hope you have had a fantastic October as well. I am now ready to move on and very excited about December Daily and the 12 Days of Craftmas over on Patreon. So keep an eye out for that. I would love to have you over there. Otherwise, I hope you have enjoyed this little look at this album. If you haven't seen the process videos I was talking about, do check out the description box down below, and I will see you again really soon. Bye, guys.